Welcome back, college football fans and Hawkeye fans everywhere, to another episode of the Touchdown Black and Gold Vlog, the only channel where we examine, discuss, celebrate, and honor all things college football across the entire college football landscape. In other words, the only channel that's got you covered for all things college football, and also the channel that is a gathering spot, a safe haven for all college football fans across this entire college football nation. I'm your usual host, Blair Parks. It's great to be back with you. I apologize, I've been away for about a week and a half, but hey, life happens. This is strictly a hobby for yours truly. I don't do any of this for personal gain or financial gain. It's just an absolute pleasure for me to be here with you as much as possible, sharing my love and passion for all things college football with you, my fellow college football brothers and sisters. Well, here we are. We're exactly 1 week away from the Christmas holiday. So what does that mean? Well, for us college football fans, that's right. The most wonderful time of the year has begun. That's right. It is bowl season. It is upon us. And we've had some really good games already out of the chute early here in the college football bowl season. So that's exactly what I've got on tap for you for today's episode. I'm going to share with you my top 5 favorite bowl matchups and games that aren't included in this year's college football playoff matchups. All right. I know right now that debate is going on that, hey, do these bowl games other than the college football playoff games really matter? Well, to us fans, they absolutely do. And I think to the majority of the players in these locker rooms, even though it is a new time, I mean, we're in a new era of college football to where the transfer portal opens up here really shortly, so there'll be a lot of opt-outs for that. A lot of players will also opt out in preparation for their shot at the next level in the upcoming NFL draft. So we are seeing this run rampant, and we're actually seeing teams opt out, teams that are 6-6 and have chosen not to play this season. But these games do matter because there's a lot of players in those locker rooms that, hey, this is their last opportunity, their last chance to strap on the helmet, put on the pads, and go out there with their brothers on the gridiron to represent themselves, their program, their communities, and their fans alike. So these always matter, all right? And plus, as fans, we always want more, all right? So there are some big-time matchups that are going on that are very intriguing and that I expect to be great games outside of the college football playoff, all right? And if this is your first time with me here on the channel, or if you're back for more, thank you very much. I always ask for, welcome, and encourage you to get involved. Please go ahead, hit up that comment section below, and I promise I will get back to each and every one of you much sooner than later via those comments because, hey, without your participation and without your time, your attention, your viewership, none of this would be possible, and I am uber thankful and grateful for all you have done for the channel. But hey, if you're able or wanting to do more, please feel free to like, share, comment, rate, and subscribe. Anything you can do to help the Touchdown Black and Gold Vlog channel grow, it is much appreciated. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. Here is my top 5 non-college football bowl games and matchups. Number 5, going from least to most intriguing. Number 5, going down tomorrow on Friday, December 19th, is the Myrtle Beach Bowl. And this faces off between Kennesaw State versus Western Michigan. So why is this one of my top 5? Why do I think this is a very intriguing and competitive game potentially? Well, this game features not one, but 2 conference champions from the group of 5 ranks, Kennesaw State I believe only in their second year at the FBS Division I level, are the champions of Conference USA, while Western Michigan took care of business and won the MAC Conference Championship. So it's going to be a great game. I mean, this is going to be a very competitive game, but unfortunately, I think a lot of this game is going to be washed out. It's really just poor timing and poor scheduling, because tomorrow night during this game, I believe also the first round game of the college football playoff, Alabama at Oklahoma is going on. So this game may not get a lot of eyeballs on it, but still. I mean, right now, you've got Kennesaw State, who is 10-3 overall on the season, Western Michigan 9-4, and currently, as of last night, Western Michigan is currently a 3.5-point favorite to defeat Kennesaw State. So if you can, tune in, watch that game tomorrow night. I think you're going to be entertained. Are you not entertained? Yes, you will be. Promise me. All right. So number 4 on my top 5 non-college football bowl games and matchups. Going down on December 27th, I'm talking about the Pop-Tarts Bowl, which features number 22 Georgia Tech versus number 12 BYU. I'm going to go ahead and call this one the what if, or the we got screwed bowl, depending on which team you're rooting for or referring to. Georgia Tech really kind of was the what could have been. I mean, down the stretch, they had a couple of conference losses. The ACC title was absolutely in their grasp, at least the opportunity to reach the ACC title game, to play their way in to a college football playoff berth, but they floundered down the stretch. And BYU, if you've been watching the channel, my most recent episodes, I've been telling you, I mean, BYU got completely screwed. They should be right now in the college football playoff field. I mean, they go 11-1 in the regular season, and then they lose in the Big 12 title game to Texas Tech. And that's the team that beat them twice this season, even though both those losses were maybe not the most competitive against the Red Raiders. But still, you go 11-1. You absolutely deserve to get into the playoff field. You've earned it. You've deserved it. I guess from now on, you have to go 12-0 in the regular season just to make sure that your ticket's punched, I guess, anymore as a Power 4 conference team. So that is the what could have been bowl, or we got screwed bowl. Overall, Georgia Tech went 9-3 on the season. And as I mentioned, BYU went 11-2. Currently, BYU is a 4.5-point favorite, and I think this will be a very close game. Now, I haven't seen the updated opt-out list for teams in this game, and obviously, every bowl game is going to have a couple of cats who are well-talented opt-out, as I said, for the transfer portal or for trying to get to the next level. But I expect this is going to be a really good game on the 27th. All right? So moving on, and please like, share, rate, comment below. Let me know what you think about my list or my hot takes, my opinions. Can't wait to hear from you. Number 3, going down also on the 27th of December. It's going to be a good day of college football on the 27th. We've got the Pinstripe Bowl coming to you from Yankee Stadium in New York City. This features Penn State versus Clemson. And this was the preseason National Championship Bowl. If you recall, both of these teams preseason were ranked in the top 5. And just to rewind things a little bit here, that's my rewind button. Yours truly, I took the bait. I said that both of these teams would absolutely end up in the college football playoff. And I did have Clemson getting all the way to the national championship game, but ultimately losing that game to Alabama. But I did have Penn State making the semifinals. So really kind of the preseason national championship bowl. That's what we could call the Pinstripe Bowl. Overall, both teams really underperformed this season. Penn State went 6-6, while Clemson went 7-5. Currently, Clemson is a 3.5-point favorite in this bowl game. Now, I did check the rosters and the updated news for the opt-outs for this game, and wow. I mean, I think we have 27 members of the Clemson squad have opted out, but yet they are still favored in this matchup, and there's been a lot of frontline talent for the Nittany Lions who have decided to opt out for this bowl game. And this game, I remember Iowa played this bowl game, I believe, in 2018, maybe 2019 against Boston College. Iowa did earn the hard-fought victory, but here it was, low 20s. The turf there at Yankee Stadium was basically frozen, just a sheet of ice. So it really comes down to who really wants to be in this matchup. All right, it's going to be a good game to watch because there's still going to be plenty of talent, even though both of these teams came up way short of expectations and what we believed they were going to do and what their personal goals were. But these are still two top 15 programs via recruiting, so we're going to see good talent out there on the field. All right, so I think it's still going to be a really good bowl game to watch on the 27th. So let's go ahead and move on. Now, this is where it got really interesting for me. All right, I actually ended up flip-flopping 1 to 2 and vice versa within the last 2 days because of all of the fallout, everything that has happened with some of these schools involved in my top 2 bowl games on this list. There's been a lot of developments, but ultimately I had to make a change. So I did move my number 1 to number 2, and my number 2 bowl game on my list of the top 5 non-college football playoff bowls and matchups. I've got the ReliaQuest Bowl going down on New Year's Eve, December 31st. Number 23, Iowa takes on number 14, Vanderbilt. Iowa makes, I think, their 100th trip down to Tampa Bay to take on an SEC opponent in the ReliaQuest Bowl, formerly the Outback Bowl. Kind of been a usual destination for Iowa programs under Coach Kirk Ferentz, while Vanderbilt celebrating their best season ever in program history, going 10-2. Iowa went 8-4 overall in the season. As I mentioned, Vandy went 10-2. Currently, Vanderbilt is a 5.5-point favorite in this matchup. Now, I'm not going to say a lot about this game quite yet because I am going to have, within the next week or so, I am going to have a very in-depth ReliaQuest Bowl preview and predictions episode, so definitely make sure that you tune in for that. So definitely make sure to click that subscribe button to get notifications, both Hawkeye and Commodore fans. So this game, there's really going to be a lot on the line. I mean, I think this is going to be a very, very competitive game. I mean, Vanderbilt is probably the better team here, but man, I think this is going to be a much more competitive game than people believe. And what's going to happen with the fallout from Vanderbilt Heisman Trophy runner-up quarterback Diego Pavia? We all know what happened on Heisman night just over the past weekend when he was ultimately the runner-up as far as what his response was for and his candid words and views for all of the Heisman Trophy voters. So, but I think this is going to be a great game. I mean, you've got two teams who I don't think there's any legit opt-outs to this point for either team. So I think both teams really want to be in this game, and it's going to make for must-see TV. Whether you're a Hawkeye or a Doors fan at all, you got to watch this game. All right, so that's my number 2 bowl on my list of the top 5 non-college football playoff games and matchups. So my new number 1, I moved him. I did have the ReliaQuest Bowl at number 1, and I think not just because I believe I'm an Iowa homer, but my new number 1, the biggest, best matchup in game that I'm looking forward to as far as the non-college football playoff games, also goes down on New Year's Eve, December 31st. Right after the ReliaQuest Bowl, we've got the Citrus Bowl, and that features number 13 Texas versus number 18 Michigan. Michigan went 9-3 overall this season, a very quiet 9-3, while Texas went also 9-3. And currently Texas is a 7.5-point favorite in this game. So why did I put this one the number one? Well, all of the fallout following the whole Coach Sherrone Moore debacle there at Michigan. I mean, fired very late in this cycle, about a week ago, fired as the head coach of the Maize and Blue, and then 2 days later is arrested for charges stemming from an inappropriate relationship with a staffer. We're talking charges of home invasion and stalking. We don't know what's going on, but we also don't know where the mindset is of the Michigan program and its players. But Texas, there's been a lot of talented frontline guys who have opted out. And I think Texas is happy being here. My dog is barking for reasons that I don't understand or know why. But I think this is going to be a great game. And I see why a lot of people are thinking Texas is way more talented already. Now you've got the distractions going on in Ann Arbor within the Michigan locker room and its program. But I think that's really going to inspire Michigan to come together, because I do expect that a lot of their better talent, their high-level talent, will opt out. But I think a lot of it will stay engaged and in this game. So I think this is going to be a really good game to watch. And that's going to be a great day of football as well on New Year's Eve. We've got 4 bowl games that day, including a college football playoff quarterfinal game that evening. So I can't wait for that. But that's my number one bowl game and matchup, non-college football playoff that I'm looking forward to watch the most. The Citrus Bowl between Texas and Michigan. All right, guys, that's my list, my top 5 non-college football playoff bowl games and matchups coming at you. Please let me know what you think about my list. Go ahead and blow up the comments below. Let me know, hey, do you agree or disagree with my list? Would you have liked maybe this bowl game to be included, maybe this one to be removed? Please let me know. I have no pride issues left. I mean, I've been married for 16 years. My wife has done her job very well, so I can take it. I'm a big boy. Let me know what you think. And it's always an absolute blessing, once again, to be here with you, discussing college football with all of my fellow college football fanatics from east to west, north to south, and everywhere in between. So next week, this is what I got on tap for you before the Christmas holiday. I will be back either Monday or Tuesday, and that I'm going to have is my episode for all Hawkeye fans. I'm going to have my 2025 Iowa Hawkeye season review and wrap-up episode. And then later on, after that, I will have a very in-depth, as I stated, ReliaQuest Bowl preview and predictions episode. And I will be having a college football playoff quarterfinals predictions and preview show as well. The first round begins this weekend. I already said we've got Bama and Oklahoma Friday night. We got 3 games the next day on Saturday. We've got James Madison at Oregon. We've got Tulane at Ole Miss. And the game I think is going to be the best game of the weekend via the college football playoff bowls anyway. Miami is going to travel to Texas A&M. And I'm telling you, I have not hesitated all week, but I like Miami to win that game. I just do. We'll see how it turns out. But anyway, thank you for your time, your attention, your support. It is much appreciated. And so be looking out for me next week. So until then, peace, prosperity. Enjoy the rest of your work week, your school week. And I'll see you soon here on the Touchdown Black and Gold vlog. And as always, go Hawks. See you soon. Bye-bye.